Hello YouTube, Flightsimguy here. Today I am in this aircraft, TFDI's Boeing 717, and today we're going to go through the process of setting up the flight management computer. Now, usually if you've flown tube liners enough, whether it's Embraer, Boeing, Airbus and whatnot, you can pretty much figure out how to do the flight management computer. Well, in this case, and I'm not sure if this actually simulates what's in the real plane, but the engineers at Boeing, they were on crack when they designed this, because the flow of this flight management computer does not match any of the other Boeing products. It's totally different from the 737, 747, 5, 6, 7, whatnot. So that's the only reason why I decided to do a video on this, is because it's not what you're used to. So the first thing we need to do is, by the way, I'm in FSX boxed and we're at San Francisco, and I'm going to go ahead and punch in a flight plan from KSFO to Salt Lake City. So the first thing you want to do is check your weight and balance. In this case, I need 13,000 pounds of fuel, 134 passengers, and 1.5 or 1,500 pounds of cargo. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to aircraft, fuel and payload. I know you can't see this. Change fuel. I'm just going to go ahead and add 1,500 pounds to the center tank. Okay, that's good. And payload. Payload, 20,000. Okay, that's good. I'm going to leave this the way it is. Alright, so after you set up your fuel and payload, what you need to do is go over to the iPad. Set your parking brakes. Exterior, go ahead and turn on the ground power unit. And when you come outside, you should see this little guy over here running, and it's providing juice to the aircraft. Next thing you need to do is go to your overhead, turn on your battery master, and here's your external power. Go ahead and turn that on. Galley power, turn that on, and you want to give yourself a couple of minutes for your screens to come on, because you really can't do anything until your screens are up. Alright, the noise you're hearing, that's a stall test. That happens automatically after you turn on power to the aircraft. It goes through the stall warning, and shortly afterwards the screen should come up. Alright, there we go. Now there's an entire process to go through the startup and the system tests and whatnot. Today we're only concerned about the flight management computer. So let's go ahead and bring this up here. First thing you really want to do is get a weather report. So let's go ahead and fire up our radios and tune to ATIS. Alright, so we got our ATIS. Calm winds, good visibility, temperature 27 degrees Celsius. The reason why it's perfect is because I am not running Active Sky Next. So having a simple weather report is actually going to help us out. Alright, let me go ahead and tune the radio to a little off frequency here so we don't get any chatter. Alright, so setting up the flight management computer. First thing you want to do is go to your overhead panel and get these bad boys aligned. Those are your INS or IRU or gyros, whatever. Turn those on. Next thing you want to do, come here in your flight management computer, click the first one, flight plan init, and then you're going to enter where you are, KSFO, / where you're going, KSLC, Salt Lake City. Put that over here. Next, click here, and then click here, initialize IRS. Once your IRS is initialized, the error screen goes away. Now, next thing you want to do, from here you want to click next page, and here's where you're going to enter your perf information. So go ahead and fire up the iPad. Come off this screen, and you want to go to status. Here you have center of gravity, gross weight, 0 fuel weight. What you want is your gross weight is 101.2. That's going to be here. Takeoff gross weight 101.2. And then you're going to need your center of gravity 22.5, which is takeoff center of gravity 22.5. Okay. At this point, you want to go ahead and enter your waypoints or your flight plan. Alright, so here's where things are going to get a little bit confusing. You're taking off from here, you're landing here in the flight plan. And then you have your destination here again, and you have your flight plan discontinuity. Don't let this confuse you. All you're concerned about at this point is everything in between where you're taking off and where you're landing. San Francisco, Salt Lake City. This flight plan discontinuity, don't worry about it. First thing you want to do, look at your flight plan. Let's come over here. In this case, we have we're taking off with the Fog 2 star. No, we're taking off with the Fog 2 SID, and then we have a handful of waypoints, and then we're going to come in on the Watts 4 star. Now, if you want, you can punch in every waypoint one by one, or you can enter your SID, your waypoints, and then your star, or you can enter your SID and then your jetways and your star. I'm going to keep this simple. We're going to enter the Fog 2 SID with the transition. Then we're going to enter the intermediate waypoints. Then we're going to enter the Watts 4 star. So to do the SID, what you do is click on where you're taking off from. And here, you can either start entering waypoints here, or you can go ahead and select your SID. Click on here for your SID. And where you're taking off with the Fog 2, click on that. And then according to the flight plan, the transition is going to be Moji. And per the ATIS, we're departing runway 27, let's say left. If you want to scroll, here are your scrolls. Let's go ahead and pick 28 left. Okay, and then you hit insert. Scroll here, here. What you want to do is get the last waypoint on your plan. Okay, taking off here. Here are the waypoints for the Fog 2 SID, and that's taking us to the Moji waypoint. That's the last waypoint in Fog 2. So what you want to do is you want to click here to pick up the flight plan and continuing entering waypoints. Or if the two cities were close together and you're going to go straight from the SID to the star, you click on here to select your star. But in this case, we're going to enter more waypoints. So you click on the last one, which is Moji. And in this case, the next waypoint is Macus, M-A-C-U-S. So you enter M-A-C-U-S. That is on the Q124 jetway, but we're not doing that. Okay, enter that. Here it is right here, Macus. The next waypoint is going to be M-C-O-R-D, M-Cord. So what you do is you click on the last waypoint in the plan and M-C-O-R-D. And essentially we're going to keep doing this until we hit our requirements to do the star. The next one is Sloan, S-L-O-W-N. Now Sloan is not here, so what you want to do is hit the up arrow. There it is right there. Click on Sloan. The next one is Faced, F-A-S-T-E. Up arrow to bring the last waypoint. And the next waypoint is the Bonneville VOR BVL. Click on Faced, and then you enter your waypoint BVL. By the way, after you buy this plane, if you have a Navigraph subscription, go out and get the latest database for the TFDI Boeing 717. Up, here's the latest waypoint. Alright, so now we're going to hit the Watts 4 star. So what you want to do is come up again. Up again, you want to get your destination showing. Click on KSLC. We want star, and we're coming in on the Watts 4. Okay, heading up. You're scrolling. Here it is. What's for? And interestingly, I'm not seeing the. In fact, there is no transition. So hit transition here. None. At this point, you don't enter a arriving runway because you don't know where you're coming. Then you hit insert. All right. So here's the waypoints. Here you have a discontinuity. Here you have BVL. Here you have null, and this matches up with what's in my flight plan. And then you have watts, and then you have KSLC. Okay? Right there. But you have these discontinuities. Now, to remove a discontinuity in this model flight management computer, what you do is you hit clear, and then you remove the discontinuity. Clear, remove. And then you go down, and as you can see, everything is in order. Okay? Never mind all this stuff. That's just going to confuse you. You have your end of plan, KSLC, and at the beginning, you have your departure, which is going to be KSFO. So the route is entered. Now what you need to do is go to your takeoff and approach. And here you're going to get your flap settings, or you're going to enter your flap settings to get your stabilizer trim setting and your V-speed. Outside ambient temperature is 27 degrees. But you need to enter the C for Celsius. And we are going to be using, let's go over to here we go. Flaps 13. So you enter 13 here for your flaps. And here is another unusual characteristic of the 717 flight management computer. It's asking for a slope and the wind. Well, we can get the wind from the ATIS, but the slope setting, the slope parameter, what I'd recommend you do is go to Sky Vector and pull up the airport. In this case, let me go ahead and pull up KSFO. And once you pull it up, what you want to do is the main page in Sky Vector has all the runway information. So you want to go to the runway that you want, 27 left, 28 left, 28 right. And there is something called gradient. And based on my mathematics from high school, I want to say that's the gradient is the angle or the sloping of the runway. Very few runways are 100% flat, especially in California. A lot of the California runways are sloped. So in this case, I'm going to enter 0.1, and the winds are calm /000. And here are your V speeds. There. And those should get entered into the tape over here. Next thing you want to do is to confirm your route. So let's go ahead and close that. And I haven't done this before. It's going to take me a while to figure it out. To confirm your route, what you want to do is change this to your plan, like so. If you keep clicking on increment, it goes through the radius of the whole thing. You can go up to 640, you can go down. Now I can tell by looking at this that all my waypoints are in the same area, but a better way to confirm, once you're on the map, and then you're going to go to the flight plan page in your flight management computer, and using the up and down, you're going to skip through the waypoints in your plan. And as you can see here, everything is in order. Come back up, set this to map. And once you're in flight, you want to go ahead and turn on your autopilot, turn on nav hold, and using the autopilot, before you turn on nav hold, use your heading to get yourself on course, turn on nav, and then you should be good to go. It should start tracking to the flight management computer. And I think that's it. That's how you set up the flight management computer for the TFDI Boeing 717. What I'd recommend you do is watch this video and a few others. I'm pretty sure I missed a couple of steps here and there. We're not talking about holes, we're not talking about fixes, just the basics to get you in this plane and to get you flying. Alright, I think that's it. Hopefully you found this video useful. My name is Flightsimguy. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.